I never stuck my cock in the fox's box, but damn if I ain't open Pandora's box.
Yo, what's good, gamers? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you. Remember to hit like, subscribe. Please hit the like button. Helps spread out my channel. I would really appreciate it. And let's get this show on the road. So the latest news going around right now is the Xbox Game Pass. And yes, I know I'm late. I do that kind of stuff on purpose because if your eyes are closed and you suddenly open your eyes and comment on the first thing you see, you're going to miss something. So I'm the type of person that I'll open my eyes and do a 360 and try to see this thing from every possible angle before I start, making a video and giving my 2 cents on it. And so, as we know, with this Xbox Game Pass, you pay a monthly fee and you have access to a bunch of games. And and I try to think, what's going to be the pros and cons to something like this? What kind of effect is this thing going to have on the industry as a whole? And man, and I don't think it's been 24 hours yet since this Game Pass announcement, and I'm already starting to see a ripple effect of the cons, because already a retailer in Austria has already announced that they will no longer be carrying Xboxes on their shelves. And that news comes courtesy of Ryan the Professional and Dreamcast Guy. And so, I mean, wow, that's like just that quick already. We're starting to see the effects of it. So this video here, I'm going to try to get into the pros and the cons. There's only a couple of pros, but there's like a ton of possible cons, but we'll get into that here in a quick second. Now, I only see one pro to this situation, and I got to quickly add a con to it. But the pro part of it is pretty simple. You pay $10 a month and you have access to all the games that's in the Xbox Game Pass library. And recently Microsoft announced that moving forward, all first party titles will be available on Game Pass day one. That makes it pretty enticing. I'll admit that. But one of the cons that I have to quickly add to that is that I'm seeing a lot of videos where people are saying that, hey, I'll rent it for 1 month, play a game and get out of it, if I don't have a need for it. I'm here to tell you right now, don't be surprised if you find yourself locked into this program, because Microsoft is banking on this for the future. This is probably going to be the bulk of Microsoft's revenue. And it's, they're going to make a lot more money of people staying into this program consistently versus jumping in and out. So Microsoft, I believe, is going to make it difficult for you to get out of it, because they have done that with the Xbox Live subscriptions. I found that out firsthand. A few years ago, I jumped on the the Xbox dashboard, and I paid for a 1 month Xbox Live membership, and I figured that'll hold me over until I can go to the store and purchase a 1 year membership. So I totally forgot about the 1 month membership that I paid. So naturally, the next month it auto renews and charges you for the next month. So I let the Xbox Live Pass renew for the second month. And then so I went to go cancel it, take my credit card off the Xbox dashboard, and I couldn't get it out of there. And when I tried to, when I saw something, to remove it, it basically said you had to go to the Xbox, you had to go to xbox.com to remove it. So I go to xbox.com and I'm looking all over the place looking for links to remove the credit card. And it was so bad, I ended up having to call one of my friends and have them walk me through where to find my credit card to remove it. And Microsoft had buried my credit card so deep into that website that it's obvious the plan was to make you give up, searching for your credit card and just continue to let them charge you. I would not be surprised if the same thing happens with this Xbox Live Game Pass, because, if I get on board with this program and I'm canceling every other month, they're going to be making $60 off of me a year versus $120 off of me a year. So I am absolutely convinced that once this thing is off and rolling and a bunch of people get on board, they're going to make it very difficult for you to get out. So you'll just give up and just keep giving them the $10 a month. So that's the pro and the con right there. But there's a whole lot more cons that, that I see with this shit, and we'll get into that here in a second. I read about the Xbox Game Pass about, I don't know, about 3, maybe 4 months ago when it came out. And the article I read at the time explained that it works like this. You pay $10 a month and you have access to all the games in the library. But the catch was that Microsoft would rotate the games out every 30 days. And after 30 days, if there was a game that you wanted to continue playing, you would have to buy it at a discounted rate. So any game, it led me to believe that any game that was there was only going to be there for 30 days. And now I guess the clear definition that I have now from what people are saying is that any game that's in that library, you have access to it until you cancel your membership or until Microsoft removes it from the library, altogether. So, that's what I got from it when I first heard about it. But let's get into the cons. So, the first con that I see to this is, in my opinion, is lack of quality content. From what I've seen, a lot of these games in this library seem to be old, or they seem to be games that didn't sell very well. So, and with the exclusives that Microsoft has on the way this year, we only know about the 3. It's Crackdown, State of Decay 2, and I keep forgetting the other one, Sea of Thieves, which I think all 3 of those games are going to be trash. So with that being said, I really don't see the need for me to get on board with this Game Pass at the current moment. Another con that I see to this is that I think Microsoft could use the Game Pass to lowball developers, and given I'm talking about developers who may be contracted to do a game for them. I think Microsoft might lowball them, and I don't know. I don't really think that's good for the industry. I also think that we know how greedy Microsoft is, and at the end of the day, it's I think it's a lot less money to invest into a service than hardware. So with that being said, given Microsoft's history and what they've shown the last couple of years, I think I wouldn't be surprised if moving forward they're going to add like a couple of AAA titles, and then from there most of it be like indie bullshit like the Super Lucky's trash we got out there, because Microsoft is all about that, low risk, high reward. So I think you could see a lot of bullshit added to this library. What's next? This is a given. Everybody's talked about this. We know this. At some point, Microsoft is going to raise the fees once consumers get on board with this. So the question is just how high will they raise it? $15 a month, $20 a month? But that's a given. I also think another con to this is that the exclusives, all these leaks that we've been hearing about the Fables, about the other new titles that they supposedly got coming in a couple of years, or however far out they are, I wouldn't be surprised if these exclusives will only be available on the Xbox Game Pass, and you may not be able to buy a physical copy off of a shelf. I also think that this Game Pass, it diminishes the value of games with gold, meaning that naturally they're going to put the better titles on the Xbox Game Pass and put bullshit on games with gold. So I wouldn't be surprised if they phase out games with gold altogether. And then the biggest con is that I think this is probably the writing on the wall that Microsoft's days in the hardware business are probably numbered. So my original thought was that the Xbox X was going to be Microsoft's last console. But if they do come out with this Xbox 2 that everybody's talking about, I think it's probably going to be their last console. And it's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of Steam box or something like that. As all of you know, King Thrash is my favorite YouTuber. And I've been following him probably since E3 of last year. And so, I watched a few of his videos and I said, man, I was like, man, we think alike in terms of conspiracy theories. And that's what made him my #1 YouTuber. And so around September, I reached out to him, and asked him for his PlayStation gamer tag, so I could talk to him a little more direct instead of through the comment section and YouTube. And so I'd say we got to be, good friends. So I shared some of my theories with him. And the biggest theory I had at the time was that I felt that the Xbox One X was going to be Microsoft's last console because everybody just thought that $500 price tag was ridiculous. And with no exclusives, it was like, how can this thing be expected to sell? So that's what led me to the belief that this was going to be their last console. So I contacted Thrash and I told him, I said, hey, this is what I think. I think that, it's no secret that the Microsoft shareholders and the Microsoft brand wanted them to sell off the Xbox division. And so my belief was that halfway, maybe 3/4 through development of the Xbox One X, I was led to believe that somebody from up above decided to pull the string, pull the plug on this project and say, that's it, we're done. But I was led to believe that somebody begged, upper management, let us finish this console, make enough money to get our money back, and then get out of the console business. So I think that explained the $500 price tag, because they're trying to get their money back as soon as possible so they can get ready to get out of the console business. And he agreed with me. He thought that made a lot of sense. So, I mean, it's the only logical explanation that I could come up with why you would sell a console for $500 and you got indie trash, for exclusives. So now with this situation with this Austrian retailer, pulling Xbox from its shelves, I think it's only a matter of time before other countries, follow suit, because I think Japan might end up being one of them, because the Xbox is almost non-existent over in Japan. So I think over time, a lot of smaller countries is going to follow suit, because they, with this Xbox Game Pass, they're definitely not going to have any games on their shelves to sell. So they might think like this Austrian retailer and just go ahead and scrap all of it all together and just be done with the Xbox brand. So if it ends up playing out like that, the long-term effect is that if retailers, get on board one by one and stop carrying the Xbox on their shelves, what does this mean for the Xbox 2 if they're still developing this console? I mean, how many retailers are going to carry this console knowing that they can't really sell any games to go with it? So that makes for an interesting situation. So when you look at it that way, I think I was right that Microsoft is going to get out of the console business, but it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen. I thought the Xbox One X was going to be their last console, which is, who knows, it's still a possibility. But at this point right now, I'm going out on a limb to say that I think the Xbox 2 is going to be Microsoft's last console. And I think from there, they're probably going to start the process of branching out and putting Game Pass on other devices, on phones, the PlayStations, the Nintendo Switch, anywhere they can get this thing out there. And that's the common belief right now amongst a lot of the bigger YouTubers. So we'll see how this plays out, but I don't know. So this is definitely a ripple effect, and we'll see what the long term is on this. Anyway, this is your boy Lincoln Clay. This is probably my longest video I ever made. I didn't mean to make it this long, but shit, it was so many possible cons to this Xbox Game Pass that I tried to get it all in. I'm sure there's still some shit that I missed. Like other cons that I probably missed is that you're not going to see games like Call of Duty. You're not going to see any EA titles on there because they already have their own service. But the Call of Duties and the other big titles, you're not going to see them on this Game Pass, and that's one of the reasons why I think the content on this Game Pass isn't going to be that good. So, but again, we'll see how this plays out. With this, feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this good for the consumer right now, but is this good for the industry as a whole? Let me know what you think. This is your boy Lincoln Clay. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.